one of the big stories of today, OpenAI is reportedly working on an AI smartphone to compete with the iPhone.
Okay, I have one question about this.
Yeah.
This is different than the Sam Altman, Johnny Ive.
I think they pivoted.
So they're not making hardware anymore.
We don't know.
This, I would say, probably again falls in the same category as a lot of the Apple stuff we were talking about earlier, which is reportedly working on means, yeah, they're, of course.
Well, apparently there's already, so supply chain analyst Min-Ching Kuo posted a blog on Twitter about this, saying they're already working on it. They're in late stage talks with Qualcomm and MediaTek to build bespoke processors for it. Mm-hmm. And they're co-designing the phone with Luxshare, which is a major Chinese components manufacturer. So it's in the late stage. And I believe they said it might be releasing around the end of 2027, which is pretty late stage.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah, I have no doubt that a lot of people are really interested in what this could be.
Yeah.
The other thing is all of the current smartphone makers are doing their best to add tons of AI features to their phones. Yeah. So is there anything that we think OpenAI could do in their smartphone that would give them an advantage that others like Google makes phones, Apple makes phones like that they couldn't do? Yeah, or is it just going to get hyped because it's OpenAI?
The main thing that I'm thinking about is like if they build their chipsets and their phones specifically to be more optimized for things like continuous contextual processing, right? Like if it's always listening or something like that.
In a way that like Google wouldn't with Tensor and Gemini? Because they're going to try that.
Google could with Tensor on the Pixel later, but they would have to start doing that now, which maybe they already did. Mm-hmm. Apple would never really do that, I don't think. Mm-hmm.
I just feel like this makes a lot of sense for OpenAI and not a lot of sense for the customer that's going to be using it. Because I already have a phone. Just because Apple doesn't let OpenAI do certain things on the phone, like that's not my problem.
They said it's to compete with the iPhone, so it's going to be...
Of course it is, because they want to be able to do things that Apple won't let them do.
Exactly. It's the direct competitor to the iPhone because Apple will never let OpenAI do all the things that they want to do on the iPhone.
Yeah.
So OpenAI makes their own hardware. People who are willing and want all that context and all this stuff in their account to work best on a phone will prefer it, I guess, over the iPhone because of all that stuff. And hopefully it also does all the stuff Apple does well.
I mean, the crazy thing is that apps would not, like, there's not going to be app developers for
there's so many other things that come with making a smartphone that you have to get good at so fast, like developers, cameras.
Yeah, I suppose, unless you believe the kind of pie in the sky idea that Sam Altman keeps talking about where apps don't need to exist anymore because you can just ask it to do things and it will just do everything.
We're so far from that world. I get that that's what people are trying to do.
That's like 2050.
But we are far from that world. Yeah. Apps are really good right now.
Yeah. And like being able to rely on services and have trust that the thing that you do is going to act the same way every time. Those are important. Yeah. And I just don't think that asking your phone to do something and having like a 70 to 80% chance that it actually does it. I don't know if people are going to be down with that. Also, like Maps data, like Google Maps, like how would that? Yeah, they could have to tap into an API or something.
Asking it for the weather. There's so many good weather.
Oh God, it's just gonna hallucinate the weather.
There's things that phones do incredibly well. You know what this reminds me of? That video we did about the Neo robot.
Yeah.
Where if you believe in this future, like you really think that there's a world where this future product knows enough about you and has enough training data that it can actually be useful, then you have to launch a version of it before it's ready. Yeah. Before it has enough data and before it's even good at anything to have early adopters start to help you make it better and train it. And then by version 3, 4, 5, it could get there.
Yeah.
But the only way you could get there is if you start now with this probably inferior product.
Yeah.
So we're going to get maybe an OpenAI smartphone in 2027 that probably has a way worse camera than the iPhone and a way worse app store than the iPhone and a way worse bunch of other things than the iPhone.
Yeah.
But it'll do the beginnings of this cool thing well. And people who are believers in that 5 years down the road mission, they're going to get one and sign up for all the stuff and beta test, and they're off to the races.
Yeah. I think OpenAI is putting a lot of eggs in a basket. They need money so bad, and I think they're looking at Apple and being like, the amount of money Apple makes on the iPhone is so astronomical that this could solve all of our problems and all of our commitments that we've made for trillions of dollars. And I think that they're just...
But what's the operating system on it?
Well, this is the question. Like, does it run Android, or are they going to create a bespoke operating system? That's the other question.
I just feel like OpenAI is a complete nonsense company at this point. Like we're burning through cash at a record rate. We need cash flow. Let's start a hardware stack.
I know.
In something that we have no experience. Like, that doesn't make any business sense whatsoever.
That's the scale you need to compete at when you owe the amount of money they have. The only way they're going to get that amount of money to pay back everyone that invested in them is to compete with the iPhone.
Yeah. No. Well,
like that's crazy. But that's like that's the scale they need to win.
I think so, dude. Their commitments are insane.
That's it. But
you remember the guy that asked him, like, how exactly are you going to make this money? And Sam Altman just goes, we'll buy out your shares from you, bro. We'll buy your shares back from you.
But it's just, to me, it just feels like if you have invested, billions of dollars into something, you're now billions of dollars in debt. And your idea for how do we get out of debt is to start a new chain of investments because none of the other money we spent will make us money. That's called just
a gambling addiction. That's what called.
That's called complete nonsense.
When I think of an OpenAI phone, I think of like the crypto phone. Is it Solana phone?
Yeah, Saga.
They might be real, but like
airtime.
No one has them. There's no market for them. Who is this for? And why are you wasting your money making this?
Because somewhere out there's a bunch of early adopters who...
The entirety of San Francisco.
Yeah, actually really want it. And it sounds ridiculous from the outside looking in, but there are a lot of people who are going all in with like, oh, I've changed my life with these products and I've optimized everything and I've started new businesses with it. And of course I would buy an OpenAI phone. And that's the world they live in. And so this is starting with that demographic of the very beginning of what is this curve called? The whole adoption curve,
Early
where
adopters.
the very beginning of it, that's those people.
Is it people who want the product or people who want to make a lot of money?
I think they're one and the same. I think that when you talk to Tesla people on Twitter, you get the sense that it's one large mob. I think that's kind of the same thing here.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if people really trust the company enough to have a phone that does all of the things with all the context. Yeah. The general sentiment on AI is really bad. I think Neil put out an article recently called the people do not yearn for automation. And it's true. It's just like the general sentiment of AI is very, very, very negative. And the people who are making the AI stuff in San Francisco just don't see that because everyone around them. Like there was a tweet recently.
What do you call that when you're in a small group where
echo chamber?
Echo chamber.
No, even better because it could pop.
An echo bubble.
It's an echo bubble.
It's an echo bubble. Anyway, who knows, dude? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a crazy few years.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for watching this clip. For sure, if you enjoyed the clip, you should be subscribed to the Clips channel so it shows you more, and hit that like button below. And if you didn't like what happened in that clip, subscribe to the main podcast so you can find other parts of the podcast that you do like. That's what you should do.